Hello there, it's Ruby Mad Hatter, and I'm doing this short little video where you'll hear my voice, but you'll probably see some either picture or gameplay being played in order for me to discuss this topic, because we didn't discuss it on Tabletop Tuesday because I felt the situation's over. Just a simple, quick video like this is all we really need. So, what is the topic in hand? It is the OGL, what Wizards has done to deal with this whole OGL debacle. They have walked everything back. They have gone into full retreat. They're giving into the community almost entirely. And I can see why. All right. In less than 2 weeks, they got 15,000 responses, and almost 90% of those responses have gone, if you get rid of the old OGL, we will never touch your game. And that is not just from content creators, but players as well. And with the sudden and drastic loss of the amount of funds they got from D&D Beyond, this has caused Wizards to take notice and realize, oh crap, we messed up. We need to definitely walk this back all the way. So, the fact that they're keeping the OGL 1.0A is amazing. It has convinced me that, yes, I will still release my book for 5th edition. That's going to be a thing. I don't know about their new 1D&D stuff. I will take a look at that over time. But I may make the decision not to do it for that, because I'm already writing for 3 separate systems. With that being said, though, I am still writing it for Pathfinder 1st Edition. I'm going to write it for Pathfinder 2nd Edition and 5th Edition. Those are the games I'm going to be writing my book for. The fact that they added so much more to the Creative Commons also makes me a happy camper. I can use Eldritch Blast now, Magic Missile, and a few other fun phrasings are now part of Creative Commons. And because they put it into Creative Commons, this is not something they can walk back. It is done. It is over. They've legally basically given up ownership of these terms and of this system. Now, mind you, they never own the system itself. You can't copyright a system. You can't trademark a system. It is not permitted. You're not allowed to do that. And that was due to a legal case in the early 1900s where excuse me, where 2 accountants basically wrote the same book, but one was commenting on the first one's system, and his book sold better, and the Supreme Court determined that you cannot copyright a book. And, you can't copyright a system. With that being said, though, other countries have much more stringent rules about what can be Creative Commons and what cannot be, usually siding more on the Creative Commons side than the business side. So, that will help us all greatly going forward in the community. With that being said, how do I feel about this? I feel this is a great thing. This is going to be very forward moving. And I feel that Wizards has finally realized that they have done a lot of damage and they need to recover from it. The downside is they are going to take decades, or like years, if not a decade or more, to recover their trust with the community. Like, the community does not have any trust for Wizards, and it's going to take a long time for them to get it back. To be brutally honest, there are certain people that just did not work out for Wizards. And to be brutally honest, Wizards really needs to take a hard look at whether or not these people should maintain their employment. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about primarily Chris Cox. Chris Cox was the one who pushed for this new OGL. He's the one who wanted to go whole hog into this digital stuff that they were developing. And to be brutally honest, that is kind of what screwed the pooch. Sorry, I had to drink some more tea. Yes, it's still always time for tea in the tavern, even on these little small talks. Chris Cox basically was a digital marketeer and business runner, and he understood digital aspects of the game. He did not understand the game entirely, and that is a problem. So with that being said, I think he should be still in charge of the digital aspect of the game, but someone should be over him making decisions about D&D as a whole, because it is obvious he does not understand the community, and I don't think the community is going to trust anything he touches for a long time. They also backed off on the VTT policy. Thank you gods for that. That gives Roll20 and Foundry much more breathing room to operate. With that being said, I'm actually looking into Foundry. I might eventually try Foundry and see if I like it. I currently run all my games on Roll20, so it'll be interesting to see how that's like, and that's something I'm going to look into soon. But with that being said, I really feel like I'm kind of done talking about the OGL, at least on stream and things of that nature, unless something drastically different happens, but I highly doubt that. One of the things that we've started discussing about is various topics, and I'm going to look into topics on virtual tabletops as well, and we're going to bring that up, so that should be fun. With that being said, this is kind of like an unscripted kind of talk. I just wanted to get my thoughts out about the new OGL and things of that nature, and 1D&D. Like I said, just a quick recap. The changes that they've just done to the OGL, where they've backed everything off, they're sticking with the old OGL, they've done the Creative Commons, they're backing off on their VTT policy. These are all really good things, and things that they should not have tried in the first place. I still think Chris Cox should probably get fired, or his role diminished in some way, and that's just my personal opinion. And then on top of that, I would say I'm not going to be against ever playing 5th Ed. I'm still probably going to play it and enjoy it, but I don't know if I'm going to touch 1D&D or not. That's something that I'll keep looking into and kind of analyze it and make a decision from there. With that being said, you guys make sure you're taking care of yourselves mentally and physically. That's important in this day and age. Remember, it is always time for tea in my tavern, and make sure you don't fireball my bloody tavern. Until then, Ruby Mad Hatter signing off.